Star Walker Studios presents Game Master's Journey, your multi-dimensional RPG podcast. Hello, listener. Greetings, fellow GM and or player. Welcome to episode 85 of Game Master's Journey, your multi-dimensional RPG podcast. I'm your host, Lex Starwalker, and I'm transmitting to you today from the Obsidian Monolith somewhere outside time and space. So I've got another actual play episode for you today of my Primordia campaign. We're beginning our third session. Just real quickly to let you know, our player Kyle has left the group at this point, and Steve is absent from this session. So we've only got 3 players today. We've got Dwayne playing Yorick, the Tiefling Sorcerer, Nathan playing Samson, the Human Scion, and Chrissy playing Azrael, the Aasimar Warlock. So I realized after the last session that the specters I threw at them the last week was actually a deadly encounter, not a hard encounter as I'd thought. So it's no wonder that they had such a hard time with those specters. I must have forgotten to carry a 1 or something when I was doing the math. So for this adventure, the PCs have leveled. So we start out with everyone describing their new abilities and spells. We also have a little bit of general 5th edition discussion, and then we get on with the adventure. Also in this episode, Samson loses a part of his soul, but oh well, he wasn't using it. So without further ado, on to the adventure. Just to let you know, Kyle has parted ways with our group. He will be missed, but we wish him the best of luck. He's got other things going on, and I remember at his age, I had other things going on. A
21 die roll salute to Kyle.
Yes. That's right.
Keep feeding that monkey, Kyle.
Yeah.
Feeding that monkey.
And Steve's out tonight. He and his wife are doing some deep breathing. And so it's just the 4 of us.
The deep breathing after the deep breathing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I put the idea out on the forum and I didn't hear back from anyone. We can, if you want, we can have Kyle's character here this week as like an NPC, just in case you need the help. And if we do that, then I'll ask for one of you guys to deal with that. Or we can just have him not be here. It's up to you guys.
I was going to suggest, this is a great option. Otherwise, I was going to suggest we hire a healer. But yeah, if he comes with, I'd be more than happy to run him.
Okay.
Sure. It's a class I have some familiarity with. And he is life cleric or nature cleric. Those are okay. So I'm probably not familiar with his domain spells, but I think I got the rest of it down.
Well, this will just be for tonight. I don't want to have him here as an NPC like forever. Mm-hmm. But yeah, let's see. I think I can actually give you access to his sheet and everything, Dwayne. And yeah, and I mean, I'm fine with him kind of just being in the background other than like during combat. If someone wants, like if Dwayne, if you want to use him in combat but as far as like role playing, I don't expect you to like role play his character.
No, but he will be Yorick's steed for the evening. He'll be giving Yorick a piggyback ride all night.
So we are now in a healer-less group. So I'm really curious to see how this goes. I've wondered how this would work if you can compensate for that with magic items and stuff or not.
You know, last weekend I played in a organized play. Well, they're all kind of one shots, but and I played a human fighter and I picked up the healer feat. And that turned out to be surprisingly good.
Yeah.
I really kind of doubted it when I read it in the book, but it is really quite good. So,
yeah.
If somebody picked up the healer feat, that might be enough to just, because, you really just kind of need it if somebody's in really bad shape or if they just went down. Right. And it works great for that. And it should scale up well and everything. So
cool.
Yeah. I don't know if we need it if somebody wants to choose that healer feat. So that's the other thing about it is you're kind of making that choice means you can't make the choice of other feats.
Mm-hmm.
But it still is good. And yeah.
So Dwayne, I know you mentioned, I think it was on the forum somewhere, something about how you feel like this campaign's a little more old school and you like that. And
yeah,
I didn't really think of it until you said that, but I think that's kind of what I'm going for. So it might be a little more deadly than Tyranny was.
Tyranny was pretty deadly at points.
Yeah, but we never lost anyone, did we? Did anyone die? I don't think we did.
I don't think so. I don't think we've had a death yet in any of our D&D games. I could be wrong.
Salazar.
I think
raised.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah, in that game. Salazar died. I forgot about that. But we brought him back, didn't we? Wasn't he resurrected? So he doesn't count.
Yeah. All right. So just to recap, last week you guys were going through this tomb, checking stuff out, and you encountered 3 specters, which gave you a run for your money. Oh, which, by the way, that was a deadly encounter. I had some kind of math error, and I thought it was a hard encounter, and yeah, it was deadly. So don't feel bad that you guys had such a hard time. That's exactly the way it should have been.
I don't feel bad, but I feel like we should get bonus XP.
Well, but you didn't defeat the encounter, so
a math error
but
in
we
one
didn't
hand.
Die.
So you guys fled, and it was getting late at this point, and I didn't describe it very well. But if you guys remember, there's like this mausoleum up above ground that you guys went through, and then you went downstairs to go into the tomb. So what happened was you guys fled and you got outside of that mausoleum, and the specters came after you, and they got outside the mausoleum and got like maybe 5 or 10 feet beyond the mausoleum. And then it seemed like they hit some kind of invisible wall, and then they screamed in pain and disappeared. And then you guys went off in the woods to rest and recover. And so at this point, it's the next day. And I think we decided, since Steve isn't here, that he took kind of a lingering injury. So he is going to go to the farmer's place and kind of rest. And he is also going to check out that scroll that he found and read that and see if there's anything interesting in that. And I kind of hope that we don't get all the way through the tomb tonight, just so that Steve can come back and report on that, because there's some relevant information in there. But if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. You can find out later what was really going on.
All right. We are going to head back in, correct? Are we going back in?
Yeah, we've got a job to do.
All rested up, leveled up.
Yeah, and you guys are all like full hit points, right?
Well,
got your spells.
All loaded up.
We prop Race up on a nice pillow, hot mug of tea. Gentle kiss on the forehead. We'll be back soon, honey.
Yeah. Just pretend you're part of the tree. Just be the tree.
That's
be
right.
the tree.
And there's not going to be any mechanical, like when Steve's back, his character is going to be fine. It's just kind of a way to explain why he's not here.
All right. Well, Yorick hops up on Vimac's back and sort of slaps him on the side of the head. Let's go, Unky Vimac. Onward.
Oh! I almost forgot. You guys leveled, right?
We sure did.
Do you guys want to talk about your characters? Did any of you rebuild, or did you just level?
Just level.
Well, we'll start with
to rebuild.
I kind of, I should. There was something I was going to do. I didn't write down, but I mean, I can now. I am going to dump that crappy Ray of Frost, which never seems to make any difference, for a Firebolt.
Okay.
Because I picked, for my level 2 spell, I picked Web. And if something is caught in the webs and the webs catch on fire, they take damage. And I just think that's a cool 1-2 punch. So instead of Ray of Frost, I am going to have Firebolt, and I picked up Web. And for my meta magic, I picked up Careful Spell.
Oh, what's that do?
Yeah, so I thought either careful spell or there's a couple of them that are really good. There's a quicken spell, which I think is cool because a spell with a casting time of 1 action becomes a casting time of 1 bonus action.
Yeah,
which is really pretty sweet.
Yeah,
I really struggled with that, and then there's twin spell, which is also cool. But I realized that Azrael the Warlock really has the single target blasting down.
Yeah, she does.
So I'm going to play Yorick so that he's got more crowd control.
Okay, cool.
So I figured careful spell will probably come up more often. Firebolt.
What's careful spell do? I don't recognize that one.
I can pick a number of people inside the area of effect of a spell that I cast up to my charisma bonus, which is 3, and they are unaffected by it.
Oh, so like the wizards, evoker thing.
Yep, same thing. Only the sorcerers get it, and I have to spend a sorcery point to do it, which is no big deal.
Now, doesn't it give them a bonus to the save? Because I remember discussion that it's actually not as good as the evoker. In some way.
Is it? I
think.
Let's see.
I could be wrong, but I seem to remember people online talking about that.
It's page 102. Chosen creature automatically succeeds on its saving throw.
Okay, cool.
So, I would
it is maybe affected depending on the spell.
Yeah, right.
Because it succeeds it. So if it's like a fireball, they take half damage.
Exactly.
Where the evoker one, I think they're completely unaffected. So it's a little.
That's right. I guess you're different. Right. I didn't realize there was that kind of difference to it.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Yeah, it should help. Yeah. So that's kind of the idea there.
So you're level 3 sorcerer all the way.
Level 3 sorcerer, yeah. And I don't really know if I'm going to go multi-class. I guess we can talk about that later if you want. I don't want to dominate. So
cool. Chrissy, how about you? You level 3 warlock now?
I am a level 3 warlock.
Nice.
I wanted to. Can I switch my strength and my dex score?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys can until level 4. You guys can rebuild if you want to.
Okay. I picked up Cloud of Dagger spell.
Sweet.
Because I thought that'd be cool. All of my spells are now cast as 2nd level spells.
Nice. Look at you.
And I got Pact of the Blade, which lets me summon a weapon instead of getting I thought it was cool.
Awesome.
Yeah,
and
it counts as a magic weapon. So.
The weapon counts as a magical weapon, and if I get a magic weapon, I am always proficient with my pact weapon.
Yep.
And if I get a magic weapon in the future, I can totally do a ritual with that my pact weapon.
Cool.
Which is interesting, because what that means is if we found a great axe of go fuck yourself that none of us could use, Chrissy could repurpose it and be proficient in it, which is great.
So
That's
did you
cool.
go
as long
with,
as it's not an artifact or a sentient weapon?
Did you go with the scythe that you were talking about, Chrissy, or no?
The way that it works is each time that I create it, it comes as whatever I want to.
Right.
So one time I summon it, it could be a great axe. The next time it could be the scythe. The next time it could be the sword. And what I was thinking is, unless otherwise specified, the scythe is what she tends to summon.
Very cool.
Yeah, and tell us like what that looks like, because that's really cool what you came up with for that. Or do you want to wait till you actually do it?
I was going to wait until I summoned it.
Cool. That works. Nathan.
I arbitrarily I swapped my intelligence and my charisma scores. So one's a 10 and one's an 11 now, from the 11 being a charisma, because of what my potential multi-class may be, depending on whether or not, I go that one, because I have kind of 3 routes. I picked up my side points got doubled +2, so I had 6 and I now have 14, which happens every other level, sort of. They don't always double, but and I picked up psionic regeneration, which while I'm under half my health, it trickles in, health points, which is nice, and ultimately means at the end of every encounter, if I'm below half health and I'm conscious, I go up to half health, which is great for longevity reasons.
Yeah.
And that's it, I think.
Cool.
Yeah. And also I've done some behind the scenes work that when it becomes relevant, I'm going to talk about Order of the Moth, the patrons of the order. that are kind of neat that'll play into the multi-classing kind of aspect at the end or someday.
Oh yeah, I picked my patron too.
Awesome.
I made 2.
The great old one, right, Chrissy? One of the
I picked the actual which great old one it is.
Yeah. We know specifically who it is now.
Ooh. That's awesome. Now now you have awakened mind, right? So you can communicate telepathically.
Yeah, I can invade people's minds and tell them things.
Yeah, the distinction to be made with that, and some people are confused with occasionally, is that she can talk to people, but people can't talk back, which is unfortunate.
So basically, I could just kind of, as long as I could see Yorick, I could sit there and I could say things into his brain, and he could hear them, but he couldn't say anything back. Well, he could say things back, but she wouldn't hear them.
That's cool.
He can cuss at you in his head, but nope, he'll just rattle around.
Yeah, and another warlock distinction I saw this week is the additional spells that you get. Those are just added to the spell list. You don't know those. You still have to select them.
Yeah,
so.
I did. I selected one.
Cool. I didn't know. I haven't really looked at the warlock that much. I've never had anyone play one. So.
No, yeah, I read that part.
Cool.
I missed the part where it said they recharge on a short and long rest.
That's awesome.
That's very important.
So you just blow those spells, man.
2 or 3.
Yeah, I played a Battlemaster fighter for a while, and all of his abilities returned on a short rest, which was awesome.
And it kind of makes a weird dissonance there, because I get pretty much nothing on a short rest. There's not a thing. I can change my save proficiencies, but if that's ever going to happen, I could never tell you. Because I really don't know when I would do that or why I would do that.
Yeah. So Nathan, your healing thing. So if you're less than half, then you get half your level in hit points, right? I
get yes, half rounded in some direction of my hit points until I have half at the end of every turn. Yep. But it doesn't say so rounded down. So yeah. So I trickle a hit point at the end of every turn, which I need to remember to do. But that's a free hit point. Yeah. Yeah, and as long as there's enough time in between encounters, you'll be back up to half at least. Yeah. So
okay. So I'll go over what I did for Vimac real quick.
Okay.
Again, changed up some of his spells, were a little wonky. So cantrips are Druidcraft, Light, Guidance, and Spare the Dying. Level 1s, he's got Speak with Animals, Animal Friendship. I took Protection from Evil and Good, thinking that's probably be useful. Healing Word, Shield of Faith are level 1s. And for 2, I picked Lesser Restoration, Hold Person, and he automatically gets Bark Skin and Spike Growth.
Nice.
So he should be good to go. And he hit pointed up and all that good stuff. So
yeah, the nature thing in 5th edition is really interesting because, of course, you have the Druid and a Ranger, which we've always had. But then you have the Nature Cleric. And isn't one of the Paladinos nature oriented?
Ancients. There's a lot of nature.
Yeah. So it's you could have a nature campaign where everybody's some kind of nature thing. That'd be kind of crazy.
That'd be kind of cool. You just fight, all you do is fight the forces of civilization, raid cities.
It's like a Captain Planet campaign. It's great. So before we go into the thing, Samson entreats one of the clerics to give him a light. Toke him up, bro.
Have it.
There's only one cleric, but I mean,
or one of the lighters. Samson doesn't do magic yet.
There's a cleric and a half angel.
Oh man.
Yep. Vimac does it.
Sweet.
I dig how you guys are really good about taking what the DM gives you and running with it, because I've talked about how magic is really important in the setting, and everybody's a spellcaster. I love it.
It's hard to not be a spellcaster in this edition. I mean, there's really only a handful of choices you can make that aren't. Right.
But I mean, you guys are full blown spell.
Samson's a secret spellcaster.
Yeah. I deliberately went wild magic when I read Primordia, I'm like, well, this will be great, Plus, I always thought it was pretty fun. So,
yeah.
I do have a question. I guess
Sure.
This is more of a meta question before we start dungeoning. Are magic items going to be for sale in Primordia? Is there going to be a magic economy? I guess maybe you don't know, or
it's really interesting you asked that, because I was debating whether or not to tell you this, but once you guys join the guild, they will have some items for sale, and I actually already came up with what they have right now in Alondria. So you're going to be like your base, like your common items, which are just your basic healing potion, and I think scrolls of cantrip and first level are going to be within reason. You're always going to be able to buy those. And then I decided that uncommon items will also be available, but those are much more like kind of whatever they happen to have at a given time. But
so there'll be a roll or something. We'll roll percentile or something.
Yeah. And it's like right now, I just made a list of this is what they have right now. But in the future, it might just be something like, like you said, like, oh, there's a X% chance that they have that thing. And then I still want to do like what I talked about in Tyranny of Dragons, where there's always the City of Brass if you want like rare or legendary items. And then there's always a possibility of just like something unusual, like you find a guy that has something.
Some back alley goblin with a big coat.
Hey man, you want a wand? I got a wand under my coat. I have a staff and a rod too.
Oh my.
Kind of what I'm thinking about the guild is like when you go on like a mission for them, like for the most part, you get to keep whatever treasure you find. But they like anything of like historical significance, they either want you to turn over or at least let them study it for a while. But you're going to want to do that because I might actually use the, what's it called? Like where you have like ranks in an organization, the reputation or whatever. So like giving them stuff like that will actually be what kind of gets you status within the guild.
Cool.
But they pay you. So like art objects, like in this tomb, you might find some historical art objects that like they're going to be interested in, but they will pay you like market value for them. So it's really no different than if you sold it to someone else. But you get the bonus of, now they like you more because you found this cool stuff. So I think that they will probably also buy magic items sometimes. So you'll have the ability to sell stuff that you don't want. But what I'm going to try to do with this campaign is instead of just like handing out magic items all the time, to have them be more like not as many, but they're more like they're cooler and more useful. Yeah, more special. So, yeah.
I envision I have a goal for Yorick if he lives this. I have two things to say. I have a goal for Yorick that if he lives this long, I would like him to have a sort of a bandolier of wands.
I love it.
Which I think would be really cool. And also, I am aware that on the Wild Magic table, I just caught this the other day. I didn't read the whole thing, but I did catch that there's a Wild Magic surge that can cause you to become younger, like 6 years younger or something like that. In which case, Yorick becomes an unplayable, like 18-month-old baby. So that could happen. So I'm just saying
that would be interesting.
Yeah. So I'm targeting. I'm pegging his age at 11 years old. Okay. Just so everybody knows, in case there's any wonkiness with his age due to Wild Magic.
So at some point you might need a wet nurse in the party.
Yeah, exactly. And I could
York's going to go through puberty.
Yeah,
York's going to go through puberty and violently, like on the battlefield.
Yeah. The Pong Far. Vulcan Pong Far. So yeah, I just wanted to mention those two things. Like I said, I want wands, and I like the idea of that because you get a ton of money in this game and there's nothing to spend it on.
Right.
So magic items would really fill up that space pretty well. So
and I think that's a way where you can say, like, I want this very specific item because I think it would be awesome for my character, and like spend your money and get that thing instead of like, oh, I've got this bag of holding full of magic items that I don't even want, you know.
And also, if even if the guild doesn't like have it available for sale, maybe they've heard of one.
Right.
And that sends us off on an adventure to recover this thing.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Oh, well, we heard that there's one of those in this ruin.
Right. You might want to talk to this guy. He dug up an old scroll last week or something.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That'd be a good way to do it.
I'm always looking to help you out, Lex.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Oh, and that reminds me something else. I would love it if each of you at some point, like on the forum or something, or you can email me if you don't want it, like the other players to see it. Like, just give me like 2 or 3 things from your background that like you would like to come into the story at some point. Like I can tell you, Dwayne and Chrissy's unusual parents. Like, I'm definitely at some point going to do something with that. Chrissy's patron, I will definitely at some point. But if there's something from your background that you're like, oh, I came up with this thing and I really want it to come in at some point, like, let me know. And then I can try to do that.
That's awesome.
Oh.
It's a little Jin.
It's a Ifrit.
That is awesome.
I have to say, these Pathfinder minis are high quality. They're much
they
nicer
are.
than
I've got some too. That's Mordegast's dad, right?
Yeah. And I also kind of feel like it's probably Yorick's dad. So,
well, isn't your dad a demon though?
You're right. Yeah, exactly. It's Slark. Never mind. I just looked at him and fantasized. But anyway.
Although he could have red skin like that. Can't orcs have red skin? I think they can.
Sure, why not?
Demon orcs can do whatever the hell they want.
Yeah, that's true. He's a demon orc, so he can be whatever color he wants to be. When he's really mad, he turns purple. The rest of the time, he's red.
Looks like this. Maybe is that Slark? I don't know. Tell me.
Oh man,
right.
I want to know what my dad's name is.
Are you my dad?
So, Chrissy, your dad's an angel, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a preference of what type of angel he is? Or
well, I named her after the angel of death.
Okay. Because there's like, what are there? Like solars, planetars? I don't know.
I have no idea. I didn't.
Devas or divas?
Yeah,
Devas.
astral devas. All right. Someone says you guys are all going to die in chat. I spliced.
Man. Literally, the name of my archetype is immortal.
So that's where you're going with that, huh?
Yeah,
Nathan wants to be a god.
Nah, but I think I've got some good ideas with the I call them patrons, and for some reason that makes me just think of warlocks, but no, that's not it. For the order, I really like organizations. I don't know why. Cool. I have a thing for organizations.
Nice.
I can tell you mine right now if you want.
Yeah, but send it to me too, because I'll forget.
Okay. Bandolier of Wands.
Okay.
Are You My Daddy? And A Better Life for Lita, my drug-addicted prostitute friend.
Yeah, dude. There's so much potential there for his mom.
I thought you were gonna say that she was your drug-addicted prostitute mother. I was gonna be like, well then.
She is, isn't she?
No, she's just a friend.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Is she who raised you? Did Lita raise you?
Yeah, we kind of raised each other, one of those kind of weird, urchin-y upbringings.
So do you know your mother, Dwayne?
What?
Do you know your mother, like who she is? Or
I hadn't given that any thought.
Okay.
I don't. So I guess maybe no. I don't know. Do you want some blank spaces in there you can fill in if you want, Lex?
It's up to you.
I hadn't given it any thought, so I suppose no.
I know who his mom is.
Okay.
His mom is my sister.
That's where
my guy doesn't know that though, right? Okay, nope. I thought we said yeah. So.
Nope, okay. You don't know that, but I know that.
Sweet.
I don't know anything. Who are you people?
You my daddy.
He's not that kind of psionicist. He's not a mind reader, guys.
But my sister only shares the one parent with me, not both parents.
Cool.
There's a chart.
My mother.
There's a tree. We've got a presentation. There are slides.
Yeah. If you guys want to stay for the PowerPoint later.
We brought donuts.
It's not that hard. My mom has other children besides me, but I'm the only one with the celestial parent.
And Chrissy, do you know your father? Is your father the angel, I assume?
My father is the angel. She knows that her father is an angel, but she hasn't pinpointed which one yet.
Okay. So you've never actually met him?
Nope. But depending upon how things play out with this whole Zargon guy, she might try to kill him.
Your father?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Interesting. Well, this is going to be an interesting campaign.
Yeah. Looking forward to seeing how this how this story tells itself.
So Samson's like your one friend in high school whose parents weren't divorced.
Samson's totally normal. That's the whole part of the Dancing Guild of Fighters. But hey, that's normal for
totally
Lagria.
normal. He's a dancer.
Is he human or is he dancer?
Okay, so Vimek has a light spell cast on his shield. Does he carry a shield?
I think so.
Yeah, he does. It's a turtle shell.
Turtle
So
shell.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah.
So there's a lit up turtle shell, and he has Yorick strapped on his back, and we are ready. We're ready for
Samson's butterfly shield is periwinkle light shining off of it. Because even if somebody else casts a light spell, Azrael's just going to make sure it's periwinkle.
I don't even know what color is.
I know. I was like, I'm going to have to Google that to even know what color.
Purple.
It's a really, really light purple blue.
Just a bit of a recap.
I
So
like that color.
descending into the tomb. What was in this direction? I don't even remember. Oh, that's where the zombies were.
Yes.
Okay, that's where the zombies were. That's where the Charon crawler was.
Yep.
That's where the trap was. That's where the spooks were, and everything else.
Now that we're fresh, do we want to go after the specters first? I think we should, because I don't want to pop it up when we're fighting something else.
Yeah.
No?
Azrael just kind of takes his staff in both hands. I'm ready.
Cool.
Samson, with vengeance in his eyes and a thought in his heart for the fallen Steve, the semi-fallen Steve, begins his forward march.
You guys have some advocates in chat. They're asking me to be gentle.
Yeah. No, man.
Screw those people. Screw you, chat.
I
people.
did not mean to throw a deadly encounter at them. That was completely a mistake on my part.
Just want to point out that I'm going to be totally antagonistic to the people in chat as well.
So as we reach the end of the hallway, closest to where we encountered the specters the first time, Azrael is going to take a moment and summon her packed weapon. She pulls up her the bottom side of her staff and is now holding it more like a two-handed weapon, and a blade comes from the crystal at the end that's curved all the way out like a scythe blade. And as you look at it, it's like purple, kind of ethereal looking, and the more you look at it, the colors just kind of swirl and draw your eyes in.
That's awesome. That's bitchin'. York loves it.
2 thumbs up.
So before we go in, I did have Vimek prepare protection from evil. It is a concentration, but I feel like one of the frontline guys should get it.
Okay.
And probably Samson. I feel like he's a little bit lighter.
He's got an unreal AC, though. Remember?
Does he? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, my AC when in the midst of everything is 20.
Okay. So, all right, Vimek kind of, goes hokulum, pokulum, schmickulum, schmo, and he's covered in sort of a naturey goodness, granola type goodness.
Yeah. He's covered in granola.
Yes, he was covered in
It's a nice crust.
granola and a lovely Greek yogurt.
Delicious.
As part of the spell casting, he eats a very brightly colored mushroom.
So now he's concentrating on protection from evil and good.
Okay. What's that do again, Dwayne? I'm not familiar with this
Well,
version.
let me just look it up because I only had a vague idea.
I can tell you what it did in 3rd edition.
And also, I think
let's not confuse ourselves.
You make the distinction whether or not you're protecting from evil or good.
I don't believe you
No,
do.
it's both.
Is it both? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Alignment is very much like doesn't matter in this edition, which I really, really like.
Yeah, I do too. I'm glad they got rid of it. You're protected against certain types of creatures: aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead. Protection grants several benefits. Creatures of those types have disadvantage on attack rolls against the target. Target also can be charmed, frightened, or possessed by them. If the target is already charmed, frightened, or possessed by such a creature, the target has advantage on any new saving throw against the relevant effect.
Oh,
cool.
So,
and who's that on?
That's on Vimek, the cleric.
The cleric. All right, I'll put
Sprout,
a little symbol on him.
He called himself.
Oh yeah, I called himself Sprout.
Sprout.
He
Thanks.
proudly and valiantly strides into the room.
We're side by side.
So there we go.
All right. So we can roll initiative. Samson, you get to go first.
Oh, sweet. That I do. So let's make a consideration here.
So you walk into the room and they materialize again. The two of these specters. You don't know where the third one went.
I don't like that.
Oh, spooky.
Me neither.
So Samson, with the fury of the hurricane, in his eyes, his rapier and butterfly shield already out, walks pretty evenly up between the two specters, and kind of changes from his fluttery kind of movements and tightens up as a bonus action into iron durability, and strikes thusly at the top.
Okay.
That one. So he darts over his shield with his piercing attack of 9 for 5, which I don't think's gonna do it.
No, you miss.
And with that, I am done.
So you actually don't miss. Your weapon just passes through its incorporeal form and doesn't seem to hurt it. And it goes, ah! Or something. All right, Spectre time. So the Spectre that you just swung at, Samson, reaches his hand into your chest.
Nah, man, nah.
Or at least he attempts to. Let's see how he does. 14.
Nah, man, nah. Oh, there was one other thing I got at level 3. My psi limit goes up to 3 from 2.
Your psi limit?
Which is how many points I can use at once.
Oh.
Used to it was 2, now it's 3.
All right. His buddy is also going to try to reach into your chest.
Oh, man. Nah.
Even worse.
Nah.
You're just dancing and juking away from him.
Yeah, man. Doing it the flow. The power of the cocoon.
And they say, ah! Azrael.
Azrael will walk up to the Spectre here.
Oh, shit.
She will go ahead and, take a nice flashing motion with her pretty new weapon at it.
Sweet. And that counts as magical, right?
Yep.
Nice.
Ooh, look at that damage.
Vicious
Except for the fact that I rolled a 7.
That guy does a D12? Awesome. Or
D8.
D8?
Yeah, I had to kind of make up stats for it because that weapon doesn't actually exist.
Let's see, where's that?
It's basically a modified glaive.
Yeah.
Cool.
Which that was one other thing. You put that it would have reach. It wouldn't have reach because the whole reason that.
No, it doesn't have. Did I say it had reach? I didn't mean to. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have reach because of the reason that the blade difference.
Right. It doesn't stick out. It sticks to the side. Yep. Yeah. If I said it had reach, that I didn't mean to. It's heavy, two-handed, and I think that's it. Yep. Which heavy doesn't really matter unless you're small.
And since nobody else can use my packed weapon, that's not true. Other people can use my packed weapon, just not for as long as I can.
Oh.
Huh?
Toad
Sprout Vimac will walk up.
The man of many names.
Yes. We'll walk up to that Spectre right there and take a swing at it, probably being ineffective.
He needs shillelagh. That's what he should have had.
He has a butter knife.
Kyle, I'm going to miss you.
And he's got something called a Mackadoodle.
That's the obsidian mace.
Okay, it's a mace. So that's what he's going to do. We'll try to hit that guy with a mace. 18 for 4.
That will hit.
Up.
And he's just using a mundane weapon, right?
Yeah, that's all he's got.
All right. He swings his mace through its form and doesn't seem to hurt it too bad. But does seem to hurt it a little bit.
And that's his turn.
Yorick.
Yorick peeks his little creepy little weirdo head around the corner and reaches out his left arm and points at the one standing next to Vimac and says, I'm gonna hurt you.
Okay.
Batman. And casts True Strike. So next round when he attacks, he'll have advantage on the attack roll.
Sweet.
And he doesn't want to get too far. He'll maybe come there. He doesn't want to be too far away. And that's his turn.
Samson,
on a foot, will pirouette and strike, this time at the lower specter. 15 for 8.
That is a hit. Normal weapon?
Yes.
All right.
And I'm done.
You stab it with your rapier, and it says, "Ah!"
Ah.
I wish I had, like, effects.
A soundboard.
Yeah.
Isn't there a jukebox?
Yeah, well, I have software I could do it. It would just be, I don't really know what I'm doing, so it would be a mess. It'd be
hilarious, though. Even if it was kind of a mess, it'd be funny.
All right. Spectre number 1.
Spectre number 1.
I think he's going to attack Samson, because Samson's the one that just hurt him.
Slam jam, thanked him, ma'am.
Wow, that was terrible. Spectre number 2 is going to attack Samson.
I think Spectre number 1 was too distracted and didn't know who to go for.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah. Wow. All right. Well, that was they flurry around you, Samson, but you just dance away from them.
Hell yeah.
And look very good doing it.
I don't know this number. They're all left feet, left ghost feet.
It's Azrael's go. I clicked my button too many times.
Azrael stares down the specter and says, "Hey, asshat, over here," as she slashes at it with her
nice
scythe.
Language.
And that is full damage because you have a magic weapon.
Slam.
Yeah, it screams in agony as your lavender blade of energy like slices through its form, and you actually see like there's like a gap in its like spectral form for it. Like it takes a moment to like fill back in, and it looks really unhappy. Toad.
That's what I was thinking of.
Toad is going to concentrate on his protection from evil spell and swing his Mackadoodle for 6. Obsidian Big Mac.
All right.
Ill Mackey's back.
He further injures it. Yorick.
Yeah. He's up on it. All right. So now let me just that's good. I'm gonna change some things. It's all right. Yorick now is ready, and he's got that left hand out, and you see kind of well, nobody sees it because they're looking the other way, but if they were looking, they would see sort of from his upper chest seems to be where the power is generated. And then it shoots down his left arm, and the fire bolt shoots out of his widow hand, and he throws out a firebolt with advantage against the southernmost specter.
Okay.
12 for 3.
12 is actually going to miss.
Plop.
Art. And then he'll stay right where he's at, and he's done.
Okay. Samson
will catch himself mid-pirouette that he was still doing and kind of go in the opposite direction. I gotta look up dancing move, like names, like ballet names. So I'm gonna run out of times I can say pirouette. And attack again the foe that he hit last time. This bottom one. Oh, and miss. Viciously.
I'm gonna say that Spectre 1 is tired of vainly trying to hit Samson. So he's going to try to hit one of the other two. Odd will be Chrissy. All right, so he's going for Toad.
All right. So
and he has disadvantage, right?
Yes, that's right.
All right. 12. Does that hit Toad?
That might be good enough. His armor is terrible. No, it's not that terrible. His armor is 13.
All right.
Wow, that's impressively low.
Spectre
Protection
2.
from evil worked.
Yeah.
Oh, that'll hit Samson.
Yeah. I can't not make that hit because crits always hit.
All right. Let's see. What does this do? Oh, this could be bad.
This is always bad.
Yeah,
crits are always bad.
But you took your Constitution saving bonus thing, right?
17 necrotic. 17.
Ouch, man.
Oh.
That'll drop me down to 10, which will proc my psionic regeneration. So I got to remember to do that. And then I make a saving throw.
Yeah, DC 10 con.
Okay. I Does somebody have inspiration?
Oh, man.
I don't know.
You are
do we?
inspired by the celestial
Oh, fuck yeah, because
form next to
getting
you.
17 off my whatever is not good. God damn it. So my max HP goes down to 10, right?
Yeah, it goes down 17
Excellent.
until a long rest.
Guys, Samson might just straight up die.
I know these things are tough. Specters are bad.
The good
Right.
news is now it looks like you have full HP on your
Yeah.
health bar.
Actually,
Wow.
my health bar doesn't auto change on my token, which is really dumb. It should.
Mine's not assigned either. I noticed. I don't think anyone was.
It's supposed to be. Anyways, but yeah, ow. Samson,
why is that? Here, I'll fix that.
Samson goes very ashen with that blow.
So now Samson's complexion is much more like Azrael's?
Yeah. Yeah, he's not looking good.
Wow. It's like Samson doesn't get hit much, but when he does, look out.
Yeah, man. Like,
'Cause it
if
takes
would
a
have rolled
20 to hit him.
19, yeah, I mean, technically I could make my AC 26, but crits always hit. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. 5% of the time you take it in the poop chute.
yeah.
All right, Azrael.
Not to be too crude about it or anything.
Azrael's just mad that her taunt didn't work, so she's just gonna go ahead and pull her blade through it again.
Okay.
Like, fuck you.
Like wheat. Damn.
Oh, that's
Damn.
nice.
Gonna miss.
Still getting used to the weight of the thing.
Yeah.
You know,
Toad.
for some reason, she didn't expect it to be this heavy.
That's what she said. Move it back, please.
Toad.
Well, do you need a heal, Samson? Would that even help?
No. Unless you have...
Does a lesser restoration take care of that
I don't think so.
problem? The problem that you have about being almost dead?
Yeah, I don't think lesser restoration will help.
And either end one disease or one condition afflicting it. The condition can be blinded, deafened, paralyzed, or poisoned. So it's none of those, right?
Nope.
Okay, I guess he'll swing his Maka-Waki Dookie.
Macawaddle.
His Macarena.
Yes.
Macawaddle.
Hey, Macarena.
Hey, Macawaddle.
Oh, hey,
That'll
22
hit.
for 6. There's some Maka-Weedy.
There's some macaroni.
All right.
Mac and Wheaties. All right.
Yeah, man.
He's
And
bad.
now
And then
Yorick.
he's done. And then Yorick is not gonna charge up with the True Strike. He's gotta be dissing out damage every round.
Now, the bottom one is getting a cover bonus.
Oh, it is. So he
Which
needs
is-
to maneuver.
I think why you missed last time. I
Five,
think you would have hit otherwise. I don't remember what you rolled, but
5.
you could hit the top one without a penalty. But,
Now we need to focus fire. Does he get cover bonus there?
I don't think so. I think you got a shot.
Get a fair
there.
shot? All right, because I don't want to get too close. So you move 5, 10, 15, 20. And here is your firebolt, courtesy of something in my left collarbone. Shazam, 10 fire. Critted that.
Nice. That drops him.
Yeah. Kill Stealer.
So yeah, you or do you want to describe it? I shouldn't describe it. I should let
All
you
right, so-
describe it.
Yeah, this magical flame shoots out of his left hand and surrounds the specter, who explodes, and sort of these red embers sort of drift in the air for a second.
Cool.
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh, those were all cantrips, so there was no wild magic surge stuff. Oh, and I could have given myself advantage. Never mind. Okay. My turn is done. He's going to stay where he's at.
So Samson, looking rather harangued,
Little
will
pale.
turn to face the other specter and strike at him tiredly. For 16 for
Yeah.
9.
That'll do it.
It might have been tired, but it hit something.
You
And with that, I'd be done.
stab him with your rapier. It will attack Samson. 7. Azrael.
All right. Azrael raises her hand, says an incantation, and purple pink bolts of force spring forth from her hand, knocking the specter back as she steps forward to form a line with Azrael.
Force
with
damage.
Samson.
I don't think they have resistance to force damage. They do
Very
not.
few things do. No, very few. That's kind of the thing about force damage. It's
And you move it back
Yeah.
10 feet, Chrissy?
Yep.
So he slams into the wall. He's in the corner.
I saw it. It's cute.
Isn't he incorporeal?
Yeah, you're right.
He doesn't slam into the wall anyway because that's more than 10 feet, but still. Like, slamming into the wall would be 15 feet. Or, like, slamming into the wall.
Yeah.
Like, moving up to the wall is 10 feet.
Gotcha. Toad
says, weren't there 3 of these last time? As he moves up to the one that's in the wall. 5, 10, 15, 20.
Well, remember, it looked like whatever happened to them was not pleasant, and one of them you'd beat up pretty bad. So
okay. All right, so I think that's probably about the vast majority of his movement.
Okay.
And he's like, I'm protected from evil. Keep thee behind me, Dancer. He swings his walkie-talkie and hits for 8. And yeah, that's his turn.
Yorick
will kind of come off to the side here so as to not have cover and do a firebolt. 13 for 2, and that's his turn.
Samson,
he snorts at Toad's phrase and says, "You take me, no matter my wounds, you take me for some Friday night glad hopper? No, this number's not up yet." And he's gonna move
Where
up,
do you come up
and
with
we've
this?
really got this thing pinned.
Glad hopper?
Hey man, the internet, okay. Man. 21 for 10.
Nice.
Slam.
Friday night.
Now I'm feeling the tempo.
It is bloodied, except it's incorporeal, so not really. It looks a little more transparent than it did before.
Like its stitches on this realm are growing weak.
All right. He's going for Samson.
Don't die.
15, not going to do it. Azrael.
Azrael's gonna pull up the last spot in the corner there and call this one an ass butt as she slices at it with its...
So it's ass hat, then ass butt,
Yeah.
then dick butt, then dick hat, then ass dick.
That's also a supernatural reference, which earns bonus points.
That's why I don't get it. Okay.
Toad.
The Mac. Take thee down, foul ghostly beaster. 15 for 9.
All right.
So does the bad guy have cover? I would imagine he has cover now.
Yeah. He's well covered.
Yeah. We'll just try a regular old firebolt then.
All right.
Whoa!
2 for 9. Another kill steal.
Yeah, you drop him.
Sweet.
You totally did steal that kill.
And this one burns up just like in a vortex of flame, screaming.
Nice.
Kind of like it's going down into the ghost trap, except it's fire and not.
And going up, yeah.
So it's nothing like that, but okay.
All right.
Yorick wants to
defeated
search
the
the room
specters.
even though he's no good at it.
All right, make a perception roll.
All right.
Can I help Yorick search the room?
Sure.
Samson
That'll
will
give
slump
him
against the
advantage.
wall.
Cool. All right, here we go. 5.
Wow.
Thanks for your help. He's just so excited from killing 2 specters.
So the way I imagine this going down is what actually happens is Azrael's trying to search the room and Yorick just keeps getting in the way.
Yeah.
Yorick almost found his ass. If he would have had a flashlight, he would have found it.
Got 2 6-fingered hands and a tail, and he can't find his ass.
Oh, wow. All right. Well, you find a whole lot of nothing. Imagine that. Azrael, do you want to try searching once you get the kid out of your way? Put him in the corner or something?
Yorick, can you go bother Sprout for like 5 minutes, please?
Fine. And he sulks out of the room. Gets ready to go scout down the hall.
Nothing sadder than a sulking tiefling.
And now I search.
And before it's worse.
Can I actually search?
Yes,
again?
you can. Yeah.
Perception, right?
Yes. Hey, there you go. All right, you find 2 things, Azrael. First, you find a little stone in the wall that is loose. And when you pull it out, there's a little cubby hole with 3 flasks. Little glass bottles with stoppers.
Cool.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Neat.
And you also find what appears to be a secret door.
Ooh.
And that is right here.
Love secret doors. Secret doors are the bomb.
I just stand next to it and say, ladies, are you ready to try door number 2?
What? Excuse me? Samson just groaned.
York does the most unflattering feminine type walk over there. Why, yes, I am. Do we want to check out what's in those vials first? So, we don't have a wizard that can do identify. Or
if they're potions, you can just take a little sip and figure out what it is.
Take a little sip of one, if you let him.
They are potions of healing.
Yay. Very handy.
Yep, 3 of them.
So we're gonna give one of them immediately to Samson because he's a butthead and keeps getting hurt. We're gonna give one to Yorick because he stands back out of the way. Yeah. And Azrael's gonna keep one for herself because she found them.
There you go.
Perfect.
What happened? I'm sorry?
You got a healing potion.
And those
good. That'll do nothing for me. Thanks.
2d4 plus 4. Is that right?
I think it's 2d4 plus something.
2. Plus 2.
Azrael determined her handing out because you keep getting hurt. Yorick stands back out of the way, and she found them, so she's keeping one. Greedy.
I mean, I'm not technically hurt in a way. In a way, my health is perfect.
You're just missing part of your soul. That's all.
It's fine.
Who needs a soul anyway?
They're using that part anyway.
All right, well, that's going to wrap up episode 85 of Game Master's Journey. If you'd like to reach me, you can email me at gamemastersjourney@gmail.com. You can follow me on Google+, plus Lex Starwalker, and you can follow me on Twitter at Lex Starwalker. Please visit the website, starwalkerstudios.com, where you can find all the episodes and the other podcasts I produce. And I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to my Tier 5 patron, Mr. Steve Strickland. Thank you, Steve. Woo! Yeah, Steve.
Yes.
I really appreciate all the patrons. And if you would like to learn about becoming a patron yourself and help keep the show going, just click the Patreon button at the top of the show notes at starwalkerstudios.com. And at the bottom of the show notes, you'll find all kinds of ways that you can help support the show, some of which don't even require any money. Woohoo! So I hope you have a chance to play your favorite RPG this week. I'll be back soon with another episode of Game Master's Journey. Until then, game on.
This has been a Starwalker Studios production, your source for quality gaming and hobby podcasts.
This episode's music provided by Cloudwalker, Renfield, Transboy, and Ish. Please see the show notes for more details at starwalkerstudios.com/GameMastersJourney.